you will get to know how can we think about this patterns, how can we start with the patterns, what is a row and what is a column, how to define the row limit, how to define the column limit, what to start with. So these are all the important things. Depending on the input, depending on the output, we need to start. Like, let's see. Create pattern file. So now this is what the pattern I would like to print. So for this, you need to know, how many rows are there, how many columns are there at max. At max, how columns, how many are there? 5. And how many rows are there?
5, sir.
Rows are also 5. Let me just create a normal 2 for loops, one inside another. Right? So here int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus. You can change it later according to your logic. You can change it later. Int j equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus. Okay. Now this will give you 5 into 5 matrix. It's a matrix, right? 5 into 5, 5 rows and 5 columns. Total 25 times it will loop. For each and every row, 5 columns, right? Now I need to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? I need to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for every time. Every time in the sense we need to reduce, that's a secondary thing. We need to print like that. So you have to start from 5. You should not start from 1. And greater than or equals to 1. It should be minus minus, right? 5 to 1 you have to loop and just print out. We will solve the problem one by one, right? Print j. Now, new line, that's it. Now try to run it. We almost solve half of the problem. You can see here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 everywhere. But here you'd like to solve some more thing like limit. For each and every row, you're printing irrespective of whatever is the condition, you're printing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But you have to reduce the limit. 5 letters you have to print till the 1. Second row till the 2 you have to print. Third row till 3. Fourth row you have to put 4. Fifth row you have to put 5. If you put 1 here, let's say 1 here, it will print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you put a 2 here, it will print. Somebody go to mute, please. Sometime. If you put 2 here, what will happen? It will keep on going from 5 to 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. You can see the output as well. 5, 4, 3, 2. And if you put 3 here, 5, 4, 3 only. Isn't it? 5, 4, 3. Now like that, 4, it will give you 5, 4, 3. Sorry, 5, 4 and 5. It will give you only 5. Right? That depends on some number. You can say first row should be limited with the 1. Second row should be limited with the 2. Third row should be limited with the 3. Fourth row should be limited with the 4. Fifth row should be limited with the 5. This is the limit I'm talking about. So it is clearly saying it is really depending on the row number also, isn't it? The limit, last limit is really depending on the row number. So you can just keep I here. Right? Now try to run it. You can see the output. So this is how you will solve the problem by pieces. You have to cut down the problem into the multiple pieces. So first of all, you have to know how many rows are, how many columns are there. And internally, in each and every row, how the column values are going on, like 1 to 5 or 5 to 1. You have to think. According to that, you have to keep this here. And is there any limit for each and every row? That limit you have to focus on with the I value, right? So that's it. Now, if you would like to print in a reverse order, let's say, It's all about thinking. Pattern 6. Five, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, like this. This is something reverse, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is in a first, and here it is saying reverse. Now let's try to see how to solve the problem by piecing, by cutting down the multiple pieces. Let's say how many rows are there, how many columns are there. Just define like that first. 5 rows and 5 columns. You can change the values later. That's not a problem. J equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus, right? Now now let's analyze. So how it is behaving, the values from in each and every row. Is it coming from 1 to 5 or 5 to 1? Here, right? It is what 5 to 1, right? Keep on 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. Normally it is coming from starting from 5 and ending with the 1, right? Now you have to check the values should be 5 to 1, right? Minus, minus. Now, j, print the j. Now let's try to run this. It is saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 everywhere. Now we are just limiting in the inner loop, limiting with the 1 only. Normally limiting with the 1. So it will keep on go from for each and every iteration, for each and every row, it will go from 5 to 1. That's it. But limit should be first row, it should be 5. It should keep 5 here. But here, my first row, it will be 1 only. I is a 1. So how can we do this? You can change. You can change it. You can change from 5 to 1 here also. No problem. Right? So this does just 5 times looping. That's it. Either it could be you are coming from 1 to 5 or 5 to 1. That doesn't matter. According to your requirement, you can change it like 1 to 5 or 5 to 1. So now I require 5 to 1 because for the first row, I need a 5. I as a 5 because I can keep here I. And in the second row, it will be 4. I minus minus, it will be 4. So 4 will be given here. Now 5 to 4, it will print 5 and 4. Now third row, it will be 3. 5, 4, 3, it will reduce till the 3. Now fourth row, it will be 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. And fifth row, it will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So exactly it will be working. Now let's run this. You can see the output, right? So this is how you will just think and so step by step actually. Understood, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this is not really important basically. So this is just a kind of logical thinking purpose only. I'm just telling this concept in the course. Nobody will ask you, right? Nobody will ask you this kind of questions. And this
Sir, one doubt, sir.
give you logical thinking ability. Yes.
Sir, what is the lifetime of the variables using in the for loop, sir?
Using inside of a for loop, right? It will be
Yeah, sir.
the for loop only. Whenever it will come outside, so it will be elapse. You cannot
Okay.
outside of a for loop. Let's say if you try to access here j, it will not. You cannot. See, j cannot be resolved as a variable because it is inside of a variable of a for loop. You cannot access outside of it. Now you can able to access I because I is still you are inside of a for loop only, right? This for loop.
Okay, sir.
So that really depending on wherever you are creating the variable, that block, it belongs to that block only. Let's say if you create I here, let's say int I equals to 10, it will be belongings to this block. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you can able to access it here. You cannot access it outside of this. If you create a int h equals to 30, you can able to access whole class, right?
Okay, sir.
That's about now. Any other questions in this program? I mean, in pattern programming. Now I'll give you one requirement. Let's say I'll create one more pattern. It's very easy only. Just try to tell that answer. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's assume that there will be spaces in between. I would like to print like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a first row, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a second row, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to 20 in a fourth row, 21 to 25 in a fifth row. Now, how can we do this? Total, you need to start with like, no need to think about the output first of all. No need to think about it. How many rows and how many columns are there? Tell me, guys.
5 columns, 5 rows.
Right. So this should be enough, right? To print 25 times. But if you use a J, let's say, if you use a J here, if you use a J, what will print? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. It will not start as a 6, isn't it? It will not start in the second row with the 6, because whenever this for loop is completed, it will come for a next iteration I equals to 2. It will again initialize the J equals to 1, and again J will be 1. You cannot declare that as a continue. I mean, you cannot start with the wherever it is ended last time. It cannot be like that, because it will be inside of this initialization. Int J equals to 1 is happened at inside of a for loop. So to achieve that, int h equals to 1, let's say. Now print the h here. After printing, do the plus plus. So what it will do? Can anyone tell me how it will work?
First, it will print the 1, sir.
Then?
Next iteration, it will print the 2.
Yes.
Like that.
Don't think about this h. Yeah, I understood. Don't think about these two, h plus plus or int h equals to 1. Ignore about this. Now what this for loop and this for loop will do? It will print 5 into 5 matrices with the help of taking a new line, 5 rows and 5 columns. It will print as it is, isn't it? 5 columns, 25 numbers it will print. 25 times it will go in the shape of square, 5 into 5 square, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, for each and every square block, for each and every block, 25 blocks are there. For each and every block, we are just keeping h plus plus. So what it will do, it will keep on going like h plus plus, like 1, it will become 2, next iteration 2, it will become 3 in the next iteration 3, 4, 5 in the second row. It will keep on, because the value will not be reinitialized with the 1 anywhere. We are nowhere reinitializing with the 1 for a second iteration or third anywhere, because this is created at outside. The value should be remain same. After 5, it will go to the next iteration I equals to 2. Then it will start from 5 loops, j equals to 1. So it will be 6. It cannot be 1 again, because h is created outside. So the value of a h in a second iteration, starting iteration will be 6. It will start with the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the third iteration will start from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 16. Like that it will go. Let's see the output. See? In order to keep the, just this will be the single value. Don't confuse with the pluses, multiple plus. This is a single value, and it will, whatever is the value h will contain, it will place there, and it will automatically increment, and it will append with the space. That's about it. No need to confuse it. like this. It will print like this. Understood or not?
Understood, sir.
Yeah. So this is about this pattern. So now in the next pattern, now I'm creating pattern 8. So just focus on this, guys. So this is something really important. Now I'm just printing stars with a triangle, let's say. So let's say, so I wanted to go normally. First example. With this kind of stars I would like to print. So this is nothing but it's just a star. If you directly print in double quotes, it will as it is print. But you need to think about how many rows and how many columns are there. Just tell me, guys, what should be the logic for it? How many columns are there?
5 columns, sir.
Right. Now, if I'd like to print star here and taking a new line every iteration, now what it will print? It will print 5 star in each and every row like this. We are not controlling the limit here. How can we control it? First row, only 1. Second row, only 2. The third row, 3. Fourth row, 4. Fifth row, 5.
J less than or equal to I, sir.
I said.
I we need to keep here and try it out. You can see the same output. That's it. As simple as that. Right? Now let's go to the next one quickly. This is kind of a normal, this kind of triangle, right? I would like to print this kind of triangle. So that time there is some complexity. Let's see that. Pattern 9. If you would like to print a normal triangle, let's say, so how can you print this kind of triangle? How can you print this kind of triangle? So is it that easy? Like by seeing itself in each and every row, did you feel something? In each and every row, you need to print each and every row. I'm talking about each and every row, you need to print spaces along with the stars. If you directly print stars, it will not print like this. It will print like this only. Right? Star will come a left side, but you wanted to print some spaces before that. Then you will print the stars. So then only your triangle will be look like this. You no need to think about right side spaces. That's not required. Only left side spaces because we will come from left to right, right? So you have to print spaces first and star later. How can we do this? So how many rows are there first of all? Tell me, guys.
5 rows, sir.
So just start with 5 outer for loop. I'll tell you, it's very easy. This is about rows, right? Now, in the columns, in each and every column, there is 2 types of elements. One is a spaces and one is a stars. Now, you need to handle both. So you need to create 2 for loops inside, one for a spaces, one for a stars. Like this. like this, right? So let's create 1 equals to starting from 1 and ending with the 5. Let's create normally. We will change it later. Like this. This will be for spaces. This will be for stars. Okay. After printing space and star, you have to take a new line. As usual, you have to take a new line, right? Now, understood till here?
Yes, sir.
For each and every row, whenever row starts, it will execute 2 for loops, one for a spaces and one for a stars. This is nothing but it will print number of spaces. It will print number of stars. That's it in each and every row. Once it is done, it will go to the next iteration. So like that, we will write a logic. So print the spaces first with the only print, not ln. Spaces, print a space like this, just one space. And here print a star. Okay. Now, if you try to execute this, let's see what will happen. First execute it. Whatever is output, it will be that one. It just execute it. Now stars with the spaces are printing 5 spaces and 5 stars. Now you get some idea, right? How it is working, right? For each and every row, 5 spaces and 5 rows. Sorry, 5 spaces and 5 stars in each and every row. It is printing and going to the next iteration like this. But here you have to reduce. Like I'll just give you such a way that I equals to what? 1. Now, how many spaces are required? How many
4
spaces are
spaces.
required? 4 spaces. How many stars are required?
1 star.
1 star. Okay. Total, how many this one? N equals to, I mean, total, how many, what kind of matrix is this? 5 into 5 or 4 into 4 or 6 into 6? What kind of matrix it is?
5 into 5, sir. 5 into 5.
Let's say N equals to 5. Now directly keep N here. Okay. Directly we are not keeping 5 directly. We are just declaring a number of size of matrix and keeping the size here. Got it?
Yes, sir.
It's also same. Both are same. Like, let's say, it will print like this, right? If you put a 10, let's say, if you put a 10, run it, it will automatically take 10 space and 10 stars. That's it. With the 10 times, n times. Okay. So that's just a single variable you're creating and use it for your entire logic. That's fine. Now, I equals to 2, spaces will be
3.
and stars will be
2.
right. Now I equals to 3, spaces
Spaces 2, sir.
and stars will be
Stars will be 3.
3. Now I equals to 4, spaces will be
1.
1,
Stars will be 4.
stars will be 4. And I equals to 5, spaces will be 0.
0.
And stars will be 5.
5.
These are all the, I mean, you can write like this. You can write like this to understand much better way. Now you have n equals to 5 and I equals to 1. Think about each and every iteration. First iteration I'm talking about. Now you have I equals to 1 and n equals to 5. N equals to 5, right? By using these two, can we make this, let's say, I equals to 1, right? First iteration. Now I need 4 spaces. The limit should be 4 here. And the next iteration, it should be 3. Next iteration, it should be 2. So let's talk about the spaces first and the stars later. Okay. Now, just talk about that. How many spaces are required in a whenever I equals to 1?
4 spaces.
4 spaces. How it will come? Have you
N minus 1.
n minus I?
I.
You cannot be like doing n minus 1 because next iteration, what will be happen? N minus 1 will be what? It will be 4 only.
Okay.
Right? You have to use these two. N equals to 5 and I equals to 1. You have to use these two values, n and I. So whenever you do, if you observe 5 minus 1, it's a 4. 5 minus 2, it's a 3. 5 minus 3, it's a 2. 5 minus 4, it's a 1. 5 minus 5, it's a 0. Now keep, instead of the limit, what is the limit here? The formula n minus I. That's it. As simple as that. Whatever I discussed just now, if you understood that, that's enough. Don't look at the code. If you say it will be really confusing, that's fine. Now this will give you the number of spaces for each and every row properly. n minus I. Whenever I equals to 1, it will give you 4, right? 5 minus 1, it will give you 4. That's what we needed. Whenever I equals to 2, it will be giving 5 minus 2, it will be 3. That's what we need in a second row also. That's how it will keep on go. 5 minus 5, it will be 0. Spaces are working fine. The spaces logic is done, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's done. Now come to the stars. Now, whenever we have a n value and as well as I value. If you require, you can use a both. And if you're not required, you can just use any one value, because whenever I equals to 1, 1 is required. 2, 2 is required. 3, 3 is required. 4, 4 is required. 5, 5 is required. No point of using n at all. Not required. If you really require, you can use it. But it is not required as of now. It is really depending on, stars are really depending on the size of a I. Isn't it? Star sizes is really depending on the row number. Whenever I equals to 1, only 1 star. 2, 2 stars. 3, 3 stars. 4, 4 stars. 5, 5 stars. Like that. Got it? What value I need to keep here?
I.
That's it. Simple. Now try to run it. You got the output?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's about it. So now why I created n outside, you will get to know. Let's keep our n and save it. You can see the output. You no need to go and change everywhere. 10, 10, and again anywhere if it is required. No need to go and change it multiple places. Just declare in outside the length of a triangle. It will just replicate the same, right? So that's why I created outside. You can just give any number. It will follow the same number of length of a triangle. Right? Any questions so far? It will be really confusing, but I understood. But keep on practicing this kind of problems and you will feel easy. Don't look at the solution at one time. So just look at the solution piece by piece. It will be very easy. How many rows are there? How many columns are there? And then each and every row, how many values are there? How many type of values here, space and stars? Just clearly note it down like this. Whenever I equals to 1, space should be 4 and star should be 1. I equals to 2, space should be 3, star should be 2. Like this, you have to note it down in the very first stages. So you have to note it down like this and try to prepare a formula to get number of spaces here and to get number of stars here. That's it. This is the main logic here. This and this. Right? That's about it. So if you have any questions, yes, please let me know. No questions, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. So yeah, just focus on the concepts which we told till now. So all the concepts, I think just practice. Basics one is complete. I think basics is completed. Let's see. And the Monday concept, I think basics are completed. So Monday, it's a very, very important OOPS concepts. Each and every class is really important, right? So don't miss single class also, okay? Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Utilize the time for weekend, and I will push this code every day. Yesterday I have posted GitHub regarding, right? So Just try to install the Git and try to follow the few commands. You will see the code. Where exactly you will see. I'll tell you. So this is a repository I've created yesterday. Now, so this is a code. And whenever, let's say, I'll commit this code today code is, as of now, it is not there. In pattern programming, let's say, only 4 patterns are there. Today we have created, I think, 4 or 5 again, right? Now let's see how to commit. I'll commit it from my side. How can you replicate that? You will just do the git pull command. That's it. Now it's very easy, very useful actually. That's it. It will go to the GitHub remote repository from my local system to it will go to the remote repository. Just I refresh here. You can see the code. Pattern 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just now we created with the patterns 11 seconds ago. Right? Just now, whatever is the code we written just now, you can see here. Right? So all you have to clone this repository and every day you just do git pull. My code will come to your local. Okay. So that's about it, guys. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.